20 years of trying, 20 years of frustration. Dale Earnhardt will come to the caution flag to win the Daytona 500. Finally.
Third-generation star Dale Earnhardt Jr. brings him to the flag. Checkered flag waving. It's over. It's Earnhardt.
He's going to do it. He's going to win the race and the NASCAR Sprint Cup Championship. California's Kevin Harvick does it.
You are the 2014 Sprint Cup champion.
The 24-year-old from Dawsonville, Georgia, is about to join his father, Dawsonville, in elite company. Chase Elliott is a NASCAR Cup Series champion.
Ah! Ring that sign, boys! Yes!
And the 1991 winner of the Daytona 500 is Ernie Irvan, the Morgan McClure Chevrolet.
Morgan McClure Chevrolet, honk.
Figured I'd get a honk out there because I know I ain't getting it out before you.
When you go back and watch the replay, Phil, I popped up the honk comment as soon as it happened on the audio. What's going on, Phil?
Nothing, man. Happy Sunday.
Happy Sunday. Happiest of Sundays. Clean Air Show, episode 39. We're back this week for a more normal episode where we're both kind of here and I'm not dead to the world. What's going on, man? What's going on? We got our favorite Austin Cindric fan in here. Untested new tire, Demolition Derby today. I did not know it was a new tire that they were using this weekend.
Are we going to cord today or what?
I don't know. I don't know, man. It's kind of weird going into Dover today because we haven't had any Cup cars on track this weekend. So we don't know what to expect.
It's a completely green racetrack now.
Yeah, I mean, is there supposed to be any rain today in the forecast there?
I haven't looked.
I'll look it up right now. But yeah, I mean, and even the Xfinity race, you really couldn't get a real feel for the race because I felt like it either, cautions came out or then we had the rain delay. So I really don't know what to expect today.
Sorry, I'm doing my fantasy picks real quick.
You're good. I actually did those this morning. 0% chance of rain today in Dover. At least according to the weather app.
Yesterday, they battled it all day.
Yeah.
Well, zilly.
Zilly. Zilly to you too, Phil.
Hey, Zilich is putting on a clinic. I mean,
can we put him in the SVG GOAT category yet?
I think he's better than SVG as of right now.
I do too, but fuck, don't say it on social media.
I SVG is good at road courses.
Yeah, like Newsflash, right? Like
end of story. But that's it.
He's good there.
But that's it. That's where it ends. And that he starts up front this weekend, so we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, he starts out front. Let's see how many laps it takes him to get to the back.
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm saying. I mean, has he gotten decent equipment now, or is he gonna straight to the trunk?
I mean, yeah, I didn't even realize how the lineup was going to be set if they rained out qualifying. I thought it always reverted back to points or owners' points or whatever. But they're still using a metric. And it's a good thing that I don't know what metric they're using to set the lineup because that means we haven't had too many weather issues this year.
No, this is second one, I think.
Next to Daytona, right?
I believe so.
I mean, we've had a couple late starts, and we've had a couple weather delays here and there, but we've never, I don't think we've had any Cup related things this year canceled due to rain.
I don't believe so.
Which to me feels like the longest we've gone in a season without any weather postponements.
Yeah.
Now that I said it, I'm going to jinx it. Where are we at next week?
Indy?
Indy?
Don't count out Dover. It could happen there. That's 0% chance of rain. Dover just
0% turns into 100 real
oh,
fucking
dude,
quick.
Dover. It rains in Dover like it does here, bro. I'm telling you. Every time I've been to Dover and Pocono, there's always weather.
You were there for the fog race, weren't you?
No.
Holy biscuits, Patrick! What's going on, buddy?
Hey,
Good to see you. I've
Patrick.
been wondering where you've been. I actually texted Phil this week. He said, "You know who I haven't seen in the comments lately is Patrick." Happy race day, Patrick! Thanks for tuning in, coming on with us. We're just sitting here debating on what we're going to see at Dover today after not seeing a whole bunch of fuck all this weekend at Dover. There's a couple guys that are starting in the back, isn't it? Blaney's one of them.
Yeah, Blaney's back there.
Stenhouse is back there. Hosevar's back there. Kyle Larson's 25th. Cindric 26th.
Gregson's 36th.
Gregson's 36th. JJ Yaley, thanks for showing up, 37th. We got a lot to dive into today, though, because of the fact that we did the post-race show last week. We covered everything that happened at Sonoma last week. The Xfinity race being rained out kind of put a damper on things. So we got a lot of news topics to go over. You know, our motorsports and Chris Wright, the 2311 FRM versus NASCAR lawsuit. I've seen a couple rumors come up through the week. Some drivers that might be coming into Cup and some drivers that might be out of a riding Cup. So we got a whole bunch to break down today.
San Diego Street Course.
San Diego Street Course. I saw the rumor that Chicago Street Course, or I don't even know if it's a rumor. Isn't it official? Chicago Street's not back on the schedule next year?
I believe it's official now.
I think somebody official put it up. Cindric and the orange AutoTrader today. Is that like the Logano scheme?
Orange with the blue.
Yeah, with the blue. I call them the E stripes because that's what they remind me of. We got some fun stuff to do today, Phil. Nothing to me is more fun, though, than we go over our episode number car history. Car number 39. As of the writing of this article, a NASCAR Cup Series competition, the number 39 car has started 422 races with 54 drivers and has 4 wins, 12 poles, 46 top 5s, 135 top 10s, and 142 DNFs. That's a whole lot of DNFs.
I mean, when you read the driver's list, you'll understand why.
Phil's favorite driver of all time, Ryan Newman, has the most starts in the 39 with 180 from 2009 to 2013. During his time... What's that, Phil?
Nothing. Nothing. Not going to say it.
During his time at Stewart Haas Racing, Newman scored 4 wins driving the 39. Once a year from 2010 to 2013, he made the chase for the Sprint Cup in 2009, 2010, 2013. In the 39, Newman had a tendency to find trouble at Talladega. Newman is the only driver to ever win in the 39. Was it in the 39 or was it in the 31 that he almost won the championship?
39.
Was it the 39? I thought it was the 31 where he went winless all year and then found himself in the Final Four and was leading at Homestead at one point. We were like,
The year Harvick won.
Was it the year Harvick won?
I believe it was the year Harvick won. He finished second.
I'm gonna go back and look. We're gonna break down the 2014 race for the championship. Raymond Friday Hassler drove the 39 in 114 starts from 67 to 72, including 42 top 5 finishes. At the first 125-mile qualifying race for the 1972 Daytona 500, Friday was brutally killed in an accident started when David Ray Boggs cut a tire. He was 36. There is a video up on it, but it looks like it's privatized, so I can't even play it.
It's nasty.
Have you seen it?
I've seen it.
Send that to me. I want to look at it. Blackie Wangerin. God, these fucking 70s names are
remember we were reading this list the other night, and that was the one I was like, Blackie Wangerin, dude? What is that?
Dude, some of these fucking names of these old timers.
Come here, Blackie. You're about to get a Wangerin.
Blackie Wangerin started the 39 car 26 times between 77 and 84. And I'm assuming this is where we come to Phil's non-driving fuck list.
100%.
From 2003 to 2005, Chip Ganassi fielded the 39 as an R&D car. Scott Pruitt made 4 starts. David Stremme made 3 starts. Reed Sorensen made 1 start, and Bill Elliott drove in the 2005 Bud Shootout in the 39. Bill Elliott, not a non-driving fuck.
About the only one on the whole list.
I mean, hey, some of these notable names aren't bad drivers. It's not a full list of awful. This is where the article ends, by the way. Notable names in the 39 are Leroy Yarborough with 7 starts, Scott Lagasse with 2 starts, Bob Wellborn 2 starts, David Pearson 1 start, Jim Sauter 1 start, and old Rich Bickle 1 start.
All right. There's a couple driving fucks.
Is this where our... Oh, okay. That completes the countdown of 00 to 39. We'll have to double back at one point.
It's a whole separate page.
Yeah, I just realized that. Just realized it. So next week we got the 40, and I'm looking through. Oh man, we have a couple returning dicks next week. We have some come around dicks next week, and a return of a slick.
Come around dicks and a slick. Plus, you got the guy that killed Earnhardt. As Uncle Bill would say.
Couple returning dicks and a slick. Patrick, feel good about Bubba's chances today. He's starting towards the back, isn't he? Isn't he one of the ones in the back, like in the back 20?
I think so.
Bubba runs good at Dover, though. Bubba runs good at most concrete tracks. It's a pattern. I'm trying to find that Cindric car because if it's the one I'm thinking of. Cindric runs a lot of paint schemes. Oh, it's a little bit different. There's a whole lot more of orange than there is blue. See, I don't mind that car. I was going to say something when look at that, Bill or Phil.
Hold on. I was sending you that Friday Hassler. Oh, look at there he is. Oh.
Who else was in now that I'm thinking about it, in the 40? You had David Stremme, Reed Sorensen. Casey Mears drove it for a little bit too, I think.
Robbie Gordon was in it in Coors.
Did Kyle Petty drive the 40 too? We're not even on episode 40 and we're sitting here talking about it.
I can remember a couple others. You get Kenny Wallace, you got Bobby Hamilton, early 90s.
Okay, Petty was in the 42. I think that's where I'm confusing it.
He had the Coors Light car, he had the peak antifreeze car.
Scott Pruitt's on here a couple times.
Road course driving fuck.
Road course driving fuck. So where do you want to start today, Phil? Where do we begin today's episode? Do we go with the news that happened this week, or?
Yeah, let's roll through news because Xfinity race was pretty short and sweet. There wasn't a whole lot of action in that.
No, the most action from the Xfinity series this week was their news of Chris Wright being fired on Tuesday. And on Wednesday, they announced that Dover would be their last race. They got to close shop. So Chris Wright junked a whole bunch of shit to the point where they had to close down.
They're out of chassis, dude.
Did Adam Petty drive the 40, Phil? Because he was the 45. And then Kyle took it over after Adam died. But did Adam Petty have a couple starts in the 40? Now making you look into shit.
I'm going to do this the easy way, and I'm just going to pull up the historian for next week. Do a little preview.
But they sometimes leave people out. We've come to find out. Damn, Rex White passed away. I did not know that as I'm scrolling through here. Rex White passed away. Rex White's been mentioned a couple times on our countdown parts. I think Chris Wright also released a statement that I'm going to pull up as well.
Rex White's on the list for next week.
There you go. Rest in peace, Rex White. I'm trying to pull up. I thought Chris Wright released a statement, but I don't see it now. Chris, here's a tweet for you, though. Chris Wright single-handedly took a top 10 to 15 organization and shut them down in less than a season.
Yeah, you get that. I mean, we called that at the beginning of the year at Daytona when he freaking KO'd pit road like a dart without feathers.
I'd still laugh at his post-race interview where they're like, what happened, man? Did a brake line fail or what? And he goes, no, communications were good. The brakes were good. So what the hell happened?
You just stepped on it. Adam Petty did not drive a number 40.
Adam Petty did not drive a 40.
So he drove the 45, he drove the 34, and the 22. Those are the only numbers he ever ran in his career.
So he had the 40 surrounded, though.
Yeah. Petty Motorsports had a 40. Pete Hamilton drove back in the day.
That's a name pull right there. Phil, you came by the house on Friday, now that I'm thinking about it. We watched some of those condensed NBC races, and I think those are great.
Dude, the way they condensed them was absolutely perfect.
Little short 30-minute videos. They show you all the action. They even show you Bill Weber a couple times.
So R.I.P. the great.
But Phil mentioned something when we were watching it that I fully agree. They just don't make him like Benny Parsons anymore.
No.
Benny Parsons was that broadcast. With
some
Alan
of those,
Westlick as a
some of
lead
those
commentator.
broadcasts, though, like we were making comments, you can't tell what car's what. It's just a blur of color. The quality versus now is, it's crazy to think, but
I think you can understand the speed difference between back then and now, though. Because when you watch those on-the-wall cameras of the cars going by, like, they are zipping by. You can't tell who's who. I feel like today you can somewhat, like, read sponsorships and stuff like that, and you know who's going by the screen.
TV coverage back then, though, like the camera cuts and, like, the way the pit road reporters would come in and do everything, it was, like, perfectly synchronized.
I said that to you. Like, the camera cuts are bar none, night and day different than what it is today. You didn't miss a bit of the action back then.
Nope.
You didn't have to see people on social media and stuff saying, hey, there's a great battle for 20th or 15th or something like that. Like, no, those broadcasts picked it up.
You're down the backstretch. The backstretch views were awesome because you just watch. And I mean, one of them we were watching was Daytona, but you could see the whole pack. It wasn't just focused on like the side of one car, which is what they focus on down the backstretch. They're watching from that low down view now. It's like, I want to see what's going on everywhere, not just one car.
There was a whole bunch of Phil telling me who's a non-driving fuck and who is a driving fuck.
There was a lot of non-driving fucks in that field.
We saw the Tommy Baldwin, Tony Stewart pit crew fight, to which I think Phil and I both agreed that it was kind of Casey Kane's fault.
Oh yeah, non-driving fuck.
He got loose going into one. I guess
that's what happens when you don't take tires. I mean, that was ultimately what it was. He took fuel only, and Tony had a run. I mean, can't hate on Tony.
Tony pulled the old the reverse Phoenix move and just drove it straight to the wall and went around everybody on the outside.
Yep.
Here's a good question. Do you think we see a big one today? Dover in years past has become known for like that middle of the pack, car gets turned, whole field can't go anywhere because of how narrow the track is. Do we see a big one today?
You know, I'm going to bring up another point that our Cendric fan said, though. I mean, we're also on a green racetrack with an untested tire. I mean,
I think the chances are high.
I think chances are really high.
Chances are really high today, and then you got Ty Dillon, who's going to be going for the in-season championship, which
I hope he wins it all. I
That
hope
could
he
cause
wins it
some
all.
junk.
I hope he wins it all.
The championship isn't today, and the championship next week at Indy.
Yeah, it's Final Four today.
You know, Jayski doesn't have the bracket up, but I know who does.
NASCAR.com.
NASCAR.com. So we got Ty Dillon versus John. I was about to say Joe Nemechek. Returning Joe Nemechek. Ty Dillon versus John Hunter Nemechek. I almost did
You
it
said
there.
it again.
Tyler Reddick versus Ty Gibbs. These are some whole lot of ties in here. 3 ties and a John.
John Hunter.
John Hunter. I hate Ty Dillon's chances at Indy next week if he advances this week.
Put him against Ty Gibbs. We know how his luck is.
Gibbs be blowing a motor by lap 12.
And I mean, Reddick's luck lately hasn't really been much better.
No, I still find it baffling to me that Ryan Blaney is still in the top 10 of points with 7 DNFs.
Absolutely insane. But dude, you look at this whole bracket, it's baffling to me. Like how many brackets do you think are still in as of right now?
I still have Tyler Reddick in the championship round.
But you had Denny taking it all.
I had Denny taking it all, but I had Reddick making it this far.
No, Ryan, I saw a thing today that they're going to run the Doval. They're going to change it up.
They're going to run the Doval today.
They're going to run the Doval. They're going to run out through the parking lot around the casino and back around.
That Chase Briscoe tweet earlier this week was pretty funny, or I guess post is what it'd be called now. But it was like the leaderboard or the scoring pylon. It just had 88 all the way down, and he's like, I didn't know we were running the Doval this week. A lot of fallout from all that stuff, too, with the SVG stuff. And I figured there'd be a bunch of overreaction after he won that race. You know, one of the quickest drivers to 4 wins in his career. And they're all road courses.
The GOAT.
The GOAT. We talked about this last week, and I think there is. I think there is too many road courses. And now knowing they may want to add 2 street races to the schedule, now we're doubling how many street races we got, which I think 1 right now is too many.
My opinion, one you could drop completely to me that really I've lost interest the last couple of years is the Roval.
And you've lost interest because the oval is so good there at Charlotte right now.
Just give me 2 oval races. Let's go back to 2 oval races, and that drops 1. I mean, is there too many road courses? Yes.
I think Sonoma's not so great too.
You could, you want to switch it up a little bit. You lock in your big 2, your Sonoma, your Watkins Glen, and then you do a rotation every year of different tracks. Run 4 or 5 total throughout the year, not all spread together. This year they're all chunked together pretty much.
Yeah. I was talking with Tate on the phone this week, and I told him I think it's 5 of the 7 weeks or 4 of the next 7 weeks are all road courses, in this stretch that we're in. That's too many at one time.
You know what is coming now? 1 month.
Daytona. A month, what, tomorrow?
23rd.
Month and 2 days, or 3 days. Bring back Chicagoland. I didn't hate Chicagoland. I think of all the tracks that there's been talks of bringing back, your Kentucky's, Chicagolands. I think Chicagoland's probably the top of that list because the racing there was really good. Kentucky only had good restarts, and that was about it. Watkins Glen is good. And comment I made in our group text, the Glen runs so much like an oval for a road course that it makes it entertaining. It's essentially a right-handed oval.
You get a big variety of who runs up front there too.
Yeah. Yeah, and a lot of different strategies play out there. You know,
Mhm.
you can flip the stage naturally, which everybody does, but you can have some guys that run way longer than others to try to set up for the end. Like there's just a whole bunch of different strategy plays there.
What do we got coming up?
I will say, but I'm going to shout out Chase one time. I don't think anybody runs that bus stop quite like he does. He carries so much speed through that thing. He's been doing it for years.
A lot of things thing I haven't heard a lot of people say is we're only 5 races from the playoffs after this week.
We are 5 races to the playoffs with
Indy, Iowa, the Glen, Richmond, Daytona, and then round of 16 starts.
We are 5 races to the playoffs with 4 spots up for grabs.
Uh-huh.
We
And a lot of big names not locked in.
We're going to have some interesting stuff here because right now, in the playoffs, but not locked in, Reddick, Busher, Bowman, and Bubba. And on the bubble, Ryan Preece, Kyle Busch, AJ Allmendinger, Ty Gibbs, Eric Jones, Michael McDowell, and I'll kind of stop it there.
Don't leave out Austin Cindric. You're going to get yelled at.
Cindric's locked in, isn't he? Yeah, Cindric's locked in.
Yeah, you're right. the standings the standings I clicked didn't have it locked in.
I mean, realistically, I guess you could go down to probably John Hunter and Stenhouse. I guess theoretically they can get in on points. I just don't see it happening in the next 5 weeks. Hocevar 96 back, tied with Zane Smith, but 96 as well.
I think he could be our biggest surprise out of anybody that's not locked in as of right now.
Hocevar, guy that runs well on concrete tracks.
Starts deep in the field, right next to Ricky Stenhouse.
Yeah, let's go back to a comment up here. That's definitely happened today now that I think about it. Hocevar was in the news this week, as now the dogs are barking. Apparently he didn't answer Josh Berry's phone call regarding an incident at Sonoma, and basically Hocevar said, like, what's there to talk about? He goes, what happens on the track happens. And he goes, a phone call ain't going to change it. It ain't going to change how I view the next race. It's not how I'm going to view what happened last week. It is what it is. Guy makes me like him more and more each week.
I think that's the biggest problem is that everybody thinks that these guys are all best friends because they're together every week. And like, you can't have that mentality. You're there for one thing and one thing only.
No, I mean, hell, Dale Earnhardt Sr. was pissed that he even had a teammate.
We talked about that the other night.
We did talk about that the other night when Mike Skinner was leading the field. Then about 20 laps later, what happened to Mike Skinner, Phil?
Big jump.
Big jump. That was a good Dale Jr. download episode, Ryan.
Yeah, extremely.
That was good. And I agree with that, too. Carson is the next big star.
That's Brandon.
Is that Brandon?
Yeah.
So I think it's Hocevar and Zilich right now are your two next. Those are your torch carriers.
Yeah.
Into the future.
We were talking about it yesterday. I was talking about it with Josh, my buddy. And I think Quapple's right there, too. I just think he needs a little kick, one more step in the right direction.
That's one of the rumors that I saw, read, heard.
Yep, I saw that this week too.
Carson, I don't know, man. I don't see them just bailing from Cindric though, because the rumor is that Cindric's going to be out of the two and Quapple's going to be going into it. I just don't see it. I don't see Penske turning on Cindric right now. He's got to win already this year.
You're moving him up too fast.
100%. And tell me if I'm wrong. It was kind of the problem with Cindric, is they moved him up so quick through the ranks. I mean, don't get me wrong. The guy was in the Truck Series forever, and then he won everything there was to win in Xfinity. But you look at like William Byron, who truly got rushed through trucks, Xfinity, and then right into Cup. He struggled those first couple years. Those first 2-3 years, it was a struggle. And especially in that you switch to a different car as well.
I mean, even Christopher Bell. Christopher Bell had a little slump for a little bit. Like, he was really, really hot in the Xfinity series, and then he kind of died off for a little bit.
The glaring one in this discussion is Ty Gibbs.
Never heard of her.
Ty was a rock star in the Xfinity series, and he comes to Cup, and it's not looking good. His name's on the side of the building. He ain't going anywhere. But
do you think so? Here's something that I was thinking about this week. His downfall has kind of been since he took the ownership of that 54 car.
Yeah.
In the Xfinity series. You think about it. He was hot up until they really announced that he was the owner, and now since then he had that rough patch. Do you think it was like too much on his plate at one time? Excuse me.
Could have been. Ty came into to me, it was a no-win situation. Because when he came up through the ranks, it was the very first year they went to the next gen, right? Wasn't that his first year? Or no, because Kyle was still in the 18 then when they went to the next gen.
I'll tell you, hold on.
I think he was in that transition period, though. Going through a couple of these. Ryan thinks Carson's going to the 48. I tell you what, I don't think there's been a more consistent driver in the last couple of weeks than Alex Bowman.
2022, he made his debut.
So that was the first full season of the next gen, or the first season of the next gen?
He made his debut after Kurt Busch got hurt.
Yeah. So he joined like right in that in-between phase where everything was starting to get phased out and all that. But yeah, I think Bowman has been really solid these last couple of weeks.
Stop it.
He has, Phil. He has.
Stop it. I just can't get on the Bowman train, man. I can't do it.
Carson needs another year. I agree with that. Eric Jones, and then follows up with was unbeatable in Xfinity. Eric Jones was unbeatable in Xfinity. I don't necessarily think he got rushed. I think he had, 3 or 4 years with Gibbs, truly, and then just drove for absolute junk.
What the hell?
You okay over there?
Yeah, I dropped something. We're good.
Eric wasn't awful in that 20.
No, not at all.
He won Daytona, his first win. The problem with Eric is I think he just went to some bottom end stuff.
I think he's outperforming his equipment right now, in all actuality.
He's outperforming his equipment. In his time at Gibbs, he was getting outperformed by Denny Hamlin and Kyle Busch and who else? Who was the fourth there? Was it one Suarez, right?
Carl Edwards.
I thought Edwards had retired by then. Who the hell am I missing there in that ride? That's going to piss me off. I see Carson going to the 48. I'm not saying it's out of the question. I just thought Bowman's been running really well these last couple weeks. At least qualifying consistently, which is half the battle. One of the graphics that I found this week was like how teammates are scoring points based on their teammates. And the 42 and 43 are the closest two. They're just right next to each other.
And then you got everybody's like right here, and then Riley Herbst.
Riley Herbst is way the fuck that way. I don't know what this is to.
Maybe the outperforming his equipment thing.
Maybe.
But the way Brandon said it, Brandon's right. I mean, they both have been running pretty consistently up front the last few weeks. John Hunter's looking decent. I mean, I think he's got a good shot of taking Ty Dillon down today.
That wouldn't shock me.
If they can run the way they have been lately.
I'm trying to pull up that graphic that we were laughing about.
Is it just me, or is college struggling in general as of late? Does it seem
their Xfinity program hasn't been good? Their Cup program's been so-so.
I mean, AJ's running decent, okay.
Dude, these are cool little freaking things here as I'm looking at all this stuff.
What'd you get stuck in?
Here's that graph. Riley Herbst all the way at the fucking end. He's the only guy that's over there. He's on an island.
Look at the difference between Chastain and SVG and Suarez.
Oh, but I'm led to believe that SVG is the next best thing.
See, the Josh Berry one kind of shocks me. He's run really good.
Oh, because they roped him in with Penske. Barry was good at the beginning of the season, and he just hasn't been performing well as of late.
He's had pretty shit luck, too, though.
Yeah, well, I mean, again, when you're 4 races of the next 7 are road courses, and half these guys don't have a road course background, what do you expect? This is them creating parity within the schedule.
True.
But I do look at that legacy that, the 43's there and then the 42's 20 points off. Like they're neck and neck. Ty Gibbs is glaring too, huh? 200 points back from, 120 points back from Briscoe, who's 80 back from the rest of them.
Bowman 170 back.
Yeah,
Same with Brad, though. I mean,
yeah, Brad is way back there, huh? I don't understand, Tate. What where does this relate, Tate?
I was wondering the same thing. I was trying to figure it out.
Oh, wrong show, Tate.
But no, I mean,
there's way far back. Austin Dillon's way far back.
Spotted him at work.
Are they in Tampa this week?
I don't think so.
Is Raw in Tampa tomorrow night?
Fucking
Tate, we're in here having a good conversation about how teammates are performing against others, and we're going to come through here with that comment.
It's not a very good teammate thing to do, Tate.
Yeah, Tate. We're just sitting here talking about teammates, and you're not being a good one right now. You're being a real Chris Wright out here.
You're gonna shut this team down.
Junking the whole thing. No, what I was talking about when you were like, "You okay over there?" I found this little thing. It comes up, like and subscribe.
Oh yeah,
I like that. That's pretty neat. Let's talk about
Did you see that hit for Brent Cruz in the ARCA race?
Yeah, we watched it together.
Oh yeah, that's right. Dude, what a hit.
Yeah, he hit a ton, then the car burst into flames.
I saw a thing this week about ARCA and the Joe Gibbs racing car and how dominant it's been, and then scroll Facebook a little further and that's the next highlight. I was like, well, there that goes. That's not happening.
Yeah. Phil, I will be right back. Let's get into the 2311 front row NASCAR stuff real quick.
Yeah, I'll roll into that. As soon as I find it. 2311 Racing and Front Row Motorsports will race as open teams this weekend at Dover Motor Speedway and the following week at Indianapolis after their request for a preliminary injunction was denied Thursday. Bob Pockris tweeted 2311 and Front Row will be open teams for at least the upcoming races after they were denied temporary restraining order to keep NASCAR from revoking their chartered status. The judge said because they will make races over the next couple weeks and because they won't lose their drivers or sponsors before a decision on preliminary injunction, there isn't irreparable harm. Holy hell, I can't even talk. And therefore, teams can't get temporary restraining order. Let me go down into the statement real quick. Team statement: we are disappointed that the court declined to grant a temporary restraining order to allow the teams to continue racing as chartered teams. We remain confident that our motion for a preliminary injunction is legally warranted and necessary, and we look forward to the court's full review. The court made it clear it is only denying the temporary restraining order because NASCAR has agreed to preserve our charters until the preliminary injunction can be decided and because we are assured of qualifying all our cars the next 2 weeks so that there will be no irreparable harm before the injunction can be briefed and ruled upon. We made the decision to bring the lawsuit to challenge NASCAR's monopolistic practices and bullying tactics, and we are not going to let them push our teams or others out of the sport that they love. We are confident in the merits of our case, and the teams remain focused on competing this weekend and continuing their playoff push. They will not have charter status for at least the next 2 races. Means both teams and all 6 cars will not race under the charter program for at least 2 weeks. And while no more than 40 cars are entered at both events, the teams will not receive expanded revenue not made available to teams as they race as open. A reminder that open teams earn less than a third of the money they would as a chartered team. The judge is yet to make a ruling which the 2 teams say is different from the one that was overturned by the Fourth Circuit because it contains information uncovered as part of the legal fact discovery process. So basically they're locked in because there is not more than 40 cars entered. But this is a big fight, and these guys are pushing, and I like it, and I like the way that they put it, that they're not going to be bullied. And, it's a tough situation for them to be in, but I'm glad they're taking stand finally. Somebody has to. See what else we've got this week. Update: NASCAR is headed for San Diego next season. Racer has learned a deal has been reached for NASCAR to return to Southern California, and the announced event could come as soon as next week. San Diego has been rumored destination of the sport for the past few months. It's unclear where the exact location will be and where it will fit into the schedule. Start rolling into Xfinity a little bit from yesterday while we're waiting on AJ. Go through results. Rain shortened 134 laps. Connor Zilic got the win. Almirola second. Brandon Jones third. Allgaier fourth. Jesse Love fifth. Ryan Sieg sixth. Taylor Gray seventh. Probably had the best car all day. Sheldon Creed, William Sawalich, Christian Eckes, Harrison Burton, Sam Mayer, Austin Hill, DiBenedetto, Carson Kvapil, Dean Thompson, Jake Finch in his first start in the 17 car in the Hendrick car, finished 17th. Ryan Truex, Parker Retzlaff, Jeb Burton, Daniel Dye, Rajah Caruth, Anthony Alfredo, Sammy Smith, Brennan Poole, Jeremy Clements, Josh Williams, LeVar Scott, Leland Honeyman, Ryan Ellis, Kaz Gralla, Blaine Perkins, Nick Lights, Josh Balicki, Garrett Smithley, Kyle Sieg, Nick Sanchez, and last place was Ross Chastain, who had a really good car as well, but they lost the rear gear. Welcome back.
Thank you, sir.
I went over the 2311 stuff, the San Diego briefing that they pretty much released that says we're going there now, which I had not seen.
That 2311 stuff, it's going to get pretty slippery for how they handle all this.
I said I like that somebody's standing up in the way they're putting it, the bullying tactics. I mean, it's nice to see people finally have a backbone and do something about it.
They have a backbone, but to the length they're going to saying that, like, this is going to cause irreparable harm, this is going to cost us this XYZ money. It's not, because no driver has said they're leaving yet. No sponsor has said they're leaving yet. The big thing, and I don't think many people are touching on it, is when asked yesterday in the media scrum about it, Hamlin didn't want to comment on any driver issues because I believe it's Reddick that has it in his contract that the team must be chartered for him to compete. I'm paraphrasing it. I think it's a little bit more technical than that. Denny didn't comment on that, and they asked Reddick about it, and Reddick was like, no comment. So there's something there. If it was no issue, sweep it under a rug, we're not going to worry about it, he would have said something similar.
Now, like media-wise, you think this is going to affect them?
For how much they're covered?
Yeah.
It could.
You think we're going to see a little bit less of those 6 cars this weekend and next weekend? No matter how they're running, they're going to like bypass them. They're not going to talk about them.
Boy, it'd definitely be interesting to see how that plays out today. I'd be curious to look into that as the race progresses today.
Yeah. Just something I was thinking about while I was reading of all that. It's they're taking a third of the pay.
Yeah.
But
and doesn't 2311 have to pay back what they've already won this year, points wise or whatever?
Something like that. It's something weird.
Denny swears up and down December 1st, you'll find out everything and all the evidence that they have and all that type of stuff. So I'm waiting to see it, but it better be something. Because if it's a whole bunch of nothing, you've wasted all this time and everyone's time to the point where you potentially are self-destructing your own team.
Mm-hmm.
And I told you weeks ago, I've said this, what better way to get Junior into a cup charter than by this?
And then in the middle of all this, we've got the lawsuit with Legacy and Rick Ware going on as well over charters.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know if the sale of the team null and voids that prior sale. I don't know. That's something that's kind of been swept under the rug too. I haven't heard too much more since last week when we talked about how Legacy was going after Poocher. Is that how you say that?
Yeah. TJ Poocher.
Going after Poocher for all that stuff.
The other thing that really had me curious is, I understand the charter system. I've done my research. We've talked about it multiple times, but if you had 50 cars showing up every week, it would matter.
Right. Right.
But where you're not even getting a full show every week, I'm torn on it because it's pointless. It's not like back in the day where Indy you'd show up and there'd be 60 cars trying for the Brickyard. We don't even have 40. The charter system is pretty much absolutely pointless unless you have multiple open cars that are showing up every single week.
100%. 100% there. I'm curious though now if there's open teams out there that feel like they can out qualify them and see if they can't be the ones who bump them.
I mean, I want to know, like going back to the coverage thing, like how's this going to affect their relationship with Toyota, with all the other sponsors and stuff if they're not getting that coverage they're supposed to get. I mean, right. I see the repercussions. I see it 100%, but like, I don't know. I don't know where to go with it, but that's just where I sit. Like, I see it being very negative for both sides. And in all honesty, like, you don't hear a lot about FRM commenting on stuff.
It seems like it's all posted through 2311.
Right. Like they're just piggybacking off of everything that they're going with,
yeah,
and that's basically. I mean, that's the way I see it. Like, are they getting themselves in too deep on this? Just trying to go in and go in swinging, or I mean, I'm sure there's people in their company that know way more than we do. But
would it be too much to say that this would have been better suited to be a discussion, an argument, a court hearing during the off season when this stuff was first approached?
Yeah.
When talks started leading into all of this. That's where I get curious about with it.
Yeah, and I mean it's like I said while you were gone, it's a tough situation, and I think the way I see it is, are they digging themselves too deep? Are they taking it too far? Is this gonna, like you said, is it gonna crumble the business? Right. That they've built. That 2311 became a top-notch team very quickly.
Right. Sorry, I just saw the Discord pop up for the penalties for our league race this week.
Oh, shit.
Lap 96, claim 22, second of the night, DQ'd from the event. DQ'd from the fucking league. The guy left. No, man. I mean, I agree with you. I agree with you there. I also saw a rumor that Justin Haley might be out of the 7 car next year.
I was reading that as well.
To which my response is, who goes there? Corey come back? Does Corey come back? Big junk last week was Kyle Larson. I think we decided on. I forgot why we decided on Kyle Larson, but it was Kyle Larson. He wrecked or something, didn't he? I don't know. It was a fucking week ago. It's hard to remember what happened.
Yeah. There's been a lot going on this week.
Could have been Cody Ware, too, last week. Just saying. 2 weeks in a row weren't very good to him. Let's talk fantasy, Phil. Let's talk fantasy.
Do we have to?
This week for Dover, I'm going Chase Elliott, William Byron, Joey Logano, Chris Buescher, Alex Bowman, and Christopher Bell in my garage. Taking Ty Dillon over John Hunter. I'm taking Chase over Denny. I'm taking Ross over Kyle. And I'm taking Reddick over Gibbs.
All right. I'm going to go Briscoe, Logano, Bowman, Justin Haley, Todd Gilliland with Ryan Preece in the garage.
Interesting.
Using up a couple guys I haven't really used a lot this season still. And then I've got Ty Dillon over Nemechek, Denny over Chase, Kyle over Ross, and Ty Gibbs over Tyler Reddick.
Damn, we pretty much went opposites on the matchups. Your fantasy standings. Vince, Kyle Larson's iRacing account first, Ryan Schreck second, Manda Love third, One Blue Weston fourth, King J Hip Racing fifth, myself in sixth, Ruggs Motorsports seventh, Brandon Door Bumper Not Clear eighth, Cole the Bull 24 ninth, Jackhammer JT 10th, Priscilla 11th, Phil 12th. Phil, you're dropping like a rock.
Well, I'm holding strong, dude. I've been 12th for a while.
Holding strong. Casual Chaos 13th, Dale's Mustache 14th, Junior's Wild Bandits 15th, Victor 16th, 17th is Tate, and Josh's Berries 18th.
Yeah, I've been that solid 12th, 13th for a little bit.
Fantasy picks. Well, you won last week for our picks. Where are you going this week?
I told you today I was thinking about going Chase Elliott.
Okay.
I don't think I've used him yet this year.
You have not, I don't believe. No, you have not.
So I'm going to go there, and I'm going to stay with my sleeper, man. I can't drift away from Hocevar.
I'm going to go Chase's teammate, Alex Bowman, because I have not used him yet. And like I said, I think he's been running really strong. And if you're taking Hocevar as your sleeper, I got to pull up the fucking lineup, because now I'm like, man, all my sleepers are starting to win races. And now I can't use them. Where do I want to go for a sleeper? I got to look at the starting lineup. You got to give me a second. Give me Ryan Preece.
It's a good pick. Been strong
11th.
lately.
Starting 11th. I'll go with Ryan Preece. I'm about the point where I'm about to put Brad Keselowski in the sleeper category.
Won Cletus McFarland's New England 900 the other night over Greg Biffle.
Was that at Stafford?
Yep.
That's awesome.
It was a pretty good show. We watched it for a little bit.
That's awesome. Just scrolling through news, see if there's anything else that's new. Oh, you know what, Phil? Something we didn't discuss, and this is more of just a discussion between you and I. See, NASCAR's adding A-post flaps for super speedways. Basically, they're tied in to the roof flaps. When a car gets sideways enough for the roof flaps to deploy, it'll also open up the A-post flap. And Junior had some things to say about it on Twitter.
We had a little discussion about this at your house the other night. And you know, the way I see it is until you get rid of the belly pan, you're not going to do anything.
No, you're absolutely right. And I don't understand. NASCAR always adds these new flaps and new fins and this, that, and the other. And all they're doing is making it worse for a different angle. You know, different than a 90-degree spin or something like that. Now that car gets, at like a 45, it gets good gust of wind. Now you've just added wings to it. It's going to take off.
A lot of the rollovers that we've seen as of late are a car gets hit, turned across the nose, and it just goes over.
Ain't a flap for that.
There's no flap for that.
There's nothing you can build for that. Unless you put snowplows on the front, that might help.
These things already drive like snowplows once you get up behind somebody.
That's true, too. I don't know, man. That's all I got today. You got anything?
No, I'm pretty excited about Dover. Dover, I mean, I think it could be a pretty decent show. Or it could be a shit show, like we were talking about before.
Yeah.
Depending on what these tires do, man, this could be a This could be a big thing.
No, that's for sure. We covered a lot today.
We did.
We got through a lot better than last week.
I'm glad you're awake this week.
I'm bringing up this comment one more time.
Fucking Tate.
Hey, make sure you subscribe to us, follow us, like us, share us, turn on your notifications. This way you know every time we go live. Clean Air Show in your search bars. All the links are also below in the description. Or I don't think the links are, but the usernames are in the description below. Try to get the word out there. We're growing. 39 episodes in. 40 next week.
40.
Turn of a couple dicks and a slick.
Couple dicks and a slick. And the man that killed Earnhardt.
And the man that killed Earnhardt, as my Uncle Bill would say. All right. We're out of here. Enjoy Dover. Take it away, Victor.